What is the most common lie about sex that most people still believe in it? That if you're sexually active with a partner you won't masturbate anymore. Just because I want a lifetime supply of steak doesn't mean I'm gonna stop eating hamburgers. The problem lies when you have a secret hamburger at say 6 o'clock and at 6:30 somebody starts grilling a steak. Then you can't quite finish the meal and she's like, "What's wrong, is my cooking bad?" Then she starts crying and asking you if she's just a bad cook and you assure her that's not the case, but then she goes to start cooking for some other guy but doesn't lay down foil on her grill. Then the next time she cooks for you get herpes. Oddly specific. I don't understand why people can't tell other people they are bad cooks. Some people just can't cook well, they have classes and stuff to help people be better cooks, or hell just cook for her. I forgot the point of this and started actually thinking about my wife's cooking. Carry on. It's supposed to be an hours-long endurance contest with ever-changing positions. I blame porn. That it's always sexy and intense. Sometimes it's funny, sometimes it's awkward, and sometimes it's just not good, and that can be all with the same person who you've been with for ages. People won't always be in sync. Oh man. Laughing during sex can be the best. Recently, wife and I were bumping uglies and she was bent over the bed. I go to slap her rear end, as you do, and as my hand comes up and starts to come down, one of the cats jumps up onto the bed. Sure enough, the little fluffy cat lands at the precise moment my hand impacts her rear end with a perfect slap sound, gets terrified at the sound, catapults off the bed, and then shoots out of the room like a bat out of hell. I start cracking up instantly, boners are lost, and orgasms are missed. And now my wife warns him every time we're going to do the deed. My now husband and I were going at it when an ice cream truck started coming down the street. We were trying to keep it together, but then it made a perfectly timed booing noise. I don't think I've ever laughed so hard in my life, and we still do whenever we hear an ice cream truck. Sex in the shower is really harder in real life than porn. It's dangerous. Teresa cutaway in Family Guy where you can hear Brian in the shower with some woman and he goes, "How does water make it more dry?" That's actually another thing I think a lot of people don't know. Water is a terrible lubricant, just in general. Edit, alright, well now, by a margin of more than 5K, a comment about a cartoon dog having sex with a human woman in the shower is my most upvoted comment. That men are always ready to go and women, well, if you blink, you missed it. Source, my parents. Edit, obligatory, did not expect this to blow up. Also, where are you perverts getting the incest from? That's what they told me, also what all their favorite sitcoms told me. Imagine my shock getting married and finding out that's not true. I thought something was wrong with us both for the first few months. I learned this from his parents too. I learned it with his parents. Dang. I miss those parents. Just the tip. Just for a second. Just to see how it feels. Tip: totally inserted penis. This made me laugh twice. Once when I read it, and again when I started replying and read it again. I'm totally stealing this. Edit, thrice. You have made me laugh thrice. That there are hot singles in my area waiting to get laid. It was you all the time. You are the hot single in your area. Maybe the real hot singles were the friends we made along the way. That vaginas are all the same general size and only men have a great degree of genital size variation. This is untrue. There are small, medium, and large penises and vaginas. None are good or bad, better or worse than others. Some match better than others is all. It's not difficult to find a woman that will tell you a bigger penis isn't always better. Also, labia have quite varied appearances outside of porn. Just like in the back windows of a Rolls-Royce, those curtains are always custom. This is a weird metaphor, but as a car and body positivity aficionado I like it. Wait. You're a car? Harder plus faster better. Daft Punk intensifies. Our work is never over. That everyone has sex for the first time in high school, and if you don't, you're weird or unwanted. I mean, I was weird and unwanted, but that was besides the point. That men are always up for it. I hate that I fall into this stereotype. My sex drive is so constantly high I've considered going to a doctor, but hey, my dick works too well doesn't seem like a proper medical issue. Okay, that was funny. That dick size either matters or doesn't. Neither are the absolute truth. People have preferences. That's how humans work. My GF likes that I'm below average, but I know a number of women who wouldn't like that, and some that wouldn't really care either way. Just be honest with what you are and find someone who's happy with it. They're out there. I'd like to just add that even preferences might evolve. Something you liked at one point is not locked in forever. Very true. Another fact of humanity. People change. That hymen status, virgin status, and a whole bunch of other nonsense. The worst part is that in some parts of the world women are still checked for their hymen status before marriage. Because that's not sick at all. Remember that one rapper had his 17-year-old daughter's hymen checked? It was here in America. It was a big ol' scandal that lasted for a whole day, but it was pretty shocking. Makes music about nailing big booty hoes, makes sure daughter is a virgin. Interesting dichotomy there. That the larger the penis the better the sex. Do you know how painful it is when it's too big? God damn it, it hurts. Like holy hell, I felt like I was on my period afterwards. And if it's big enough, you can't even have piv sex at all. I've got a friend like that, his dick is beyond massive. A lot of the time when he was getting with a girl, they'd end up not having sex because they physically couldn't. And he could very rarely be anything except gentle. We had a friend called Tommy, loveliest bloke you'd ever meet BTW, at uni that we jokingly called 10-inch Tommy, and this was a regular problem for him. I can't imagine the frustration of literally doing just the tip and then game over. I'll take my average peen any day over bragging rights and frustrating nights. Please tell Tommy to Google dick bumper rings and purchase some. They're silicone rings that you can stack at the base of the penis to shorten the insertable length. If he makes a big enough stack, maybe he'll be able to actual pound in Pound Town. Source, M female, once purchased these for a BF. And you get to play a fun game of ring toss beforehand. That if you stab a vagina with your fingers, a girl will enjoy it. At all. And please, 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 clip your long fingernails first. But use a nail file after. Wait, is this blood? But my period has been over for a week. Ooh. That sex is easy for everyone and that people just have it whenever, however, with whoever. But no, a lot of people suffer from health and emotional problems, medications, and that it can be just as difficult as any other aspect of life. Even for young people, unfortunately. That I can have it. Most people believe this? Not so much about sex, but a lot of misconceptions about the female anatomy. We have a vulva that has 2 openings. We do not pee from our vagina. We have a vaginal opening and a urethra. When in co-ed health class, they did a lot to talk about the male's parts but never went into the female's beyond the internal parts, so I actually didn't know any of this until adulthood. Same. I was pretty startled when I realized I had 3 holes down there. I overheard a couple girls in middle school discussing how there are 3 holes, and it confused kid me for years. Like, what other dark secrets does the sisterhood keep? That's sex love. You can love someone deeply and never have sex with them, and you can think someone is the most terrible person in the planet and still want to duck. Why do some people think that a woman having sex with 100 men will make her loose, but a woman having sex 100 times with one man will not? Agreed. My coworker and I had this conversation last year. Her explanation was the vagina gets comfortable with the same size penis, but if you sleep around with different sizes, that's when the vagina becomes loose. Make it make sense. Oh yeah, memory foam vagina. Even memory foam goes back into place, so yeah.